Sanitation is very, very important. They say cleanliness is next to godliness, right? In Ghana, we have a serious sanitation problem. Not just, sometimes I'm even tempted to think that the capital city is more dirty than all the other major capital cities, like satellite cities in Ghana. But we've had recently a group of young people calling themselves volunteers. They are called the BUZ STOP BOYS. You can check them out.
Going forward, we are kind of losing so much with what is indigenous Ghanaian. So BUZ STOP BOYS basically is trying to draw our attention back to the fact that we are lacking something behind. There's a good thing we are leaving behind. And I believe that, or we believe that, we have to travel with anything that is positive in our culture. So basically, we are trying to revive the spirit of patriotism with BUZ STOP BOYS.
We think they're doing a great job trying to keep the city of Accra clean through their meager resources, and they have no support so far from government. They're just doing it on voluntary basis. So we're here to take a look at the BUZ STOP BOYS and try to digest what they're doing. All right, guys, let's get straight into it. So yeah, BUZ STOP BOYS, they're doing a lot of cleaning around the city voluntarily without support, with support from a few individuals, but mostly on their own without governmental support. So have you guys heard of the BUZ STOP BOYS? Or have you seen their videos?
I think I saw them on YouTube.
Do you think what they're doing is enough to keep the city clean? Or do you think their meager contribution is laudable?
It is laudable. It is laudable. What they are doing now is like government have given contracts to huge a company like Zoomlion. Mm-hmm. They are doing the job of a Zoomlion.
Now the food is here.
Yes, enjoy your food. They are doing the job of Zoomlion, right? And this is patriotism. This is the real meaning of being a patriot, right? But the thing is, why I think government should be supporting them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, seriously supporting them, giving them all because the sanitation problem in Ghana is way bigger than just one company.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a company.
They're not even a company, just a volunteer group.
Not the BUZ STOP BOYS. I'm talking about Zoomlion.
Okay.
You can tell. I've done some voluntary work by sponsoring a couple of sanitation this thing in Ghana before, 2 times, and I'm telling you, Zoomlion will take money from you because in the name of the equipment, you need to pay for the equipment and blah 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 blah. So if a group of young individuals have decided that they don't like the state of the country and they are doing something about it, this is when I feel government should be first in line to say, listen, we appreciate your effort. We are here to support you guys. Then it becomes a whole new, you understand? But they are doing a brilliant job because I'm telling you, I would not do it.
But do you think they have the group, as in BUZ STOP BOYS, are they doing this because they have maybe a motive to evolve into some kind of a sanitation company one day, or you think it's just sheer patriotism?
2 things. Discrimination. 1, I ordered my food before you guys. You guys got your food and mine is still not here. That is classic discrimination.
Well, they said everyone has their own destiny. So
it's not a destiny, it's a matter of discrimination. The guy was discriminating against me. He saw the way he was looking at me was like,
answer the BUZ BOYS.
You guys answer what?
The BUZ BOYS.
No, on a more serious note, you said it's patriotism, but I don't know, it's not really wordplay, but I would say it's more of desperation than patriotism. Because it goes a long way to show how people are desperate for a clean environment, but they cannot rely on their government to provide such basic necessities as keeping the city clean. So it's up to the citizen to just get up and do something by themselves. And I feel like that is the echelon of desperation. Do you know what I mean? It's like you expecting your dad to do certain things for you, pay your tuition and then you go out to get a part-time job to support yourself. I mean, you're desperate, you have no other alternative. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it might be patriotic, like, you know, on the surface, doing something that nobody, like I said, nobody would, like, you know, voluntarily go out there to just get their hands dirty without pay, without, you know, government support, nothing. But for me, I feel like it's more desperation.
Right.
People are desperate for stuff, and they're like, if the government is not going to do it, then we're going to end up doing it by ourselves. Because the way they're doing it, come on, it's really, really hard work. I mean, standing out there in that sunlight, sunshine, it's no joke. With manual tools, right? They got nothing like, you know, state-of-the-art equipment or anything that's going to make the job easier. It's like still 1990s ways of doing things.
Right.
So patriotic, possibly, but it's more of desperation. People are just desperate.
And I've seen some comments where people have said that they are the true Ministry of Sanitation because they're doing exactly what the Sanitation Ministry is supposed to do, but are not doing. Because think of it, if you're a minister or a Ministry of Sanitation, what is your core duty? To go around the country with your staff and your laborers, or however you want to call them, cleaning up stuff that needs to be cleaned up. And that's exactly what these guys are doing. And recently I saw them invited by the Minister of Transport, giving them thumbs up for what they're doing, and he just promised that from the government side, they will see what they can do to help them. But we've heard it over and over again. We see what we can do. Nobody really knows what that means. It never materializes into something physical. But the question I want to put to you is, if you were in Ghana, would you like to join them, or would you like to support them in any way? Which one would you prefer to contribute?
Well, I would like to support them. I would like to join them. But let me put it this way. Because of social media, yeah, and I've seen other channels in other countries that they go and launch some people's lawn and like lawns and in their homes, and they do it for free. But because they have the viewership, right, that generate a certain source of income.
Yeah.
So yes, I would like to support them, but the question is, if finally they are bringing your food.
The discrimination.
Oh,
The first shot.
Yeah.
Yes. Still.
This is the best food on the table thus far. These are evil deeds.
The sanitation ministry, yeah? What do they do? What is their core responsibility? Because I know for certain, when it comes to sanitation in Ghana, Zoom Lion is key. Like, Zoom Lion is spearheading every sanitation project in Ghana, right? So, if I have any suggestion, Zoom Lion should be taking these guys. But the thing is, they don't even pay them well. They don't pay the Zoom Lion workers even well. So, with this group, whatever help they will get, which they deserve, I think they should come up and form a huge company out of it.
Who should come out?
The BUZ Stop Boys.
Oh, okay.
It should be a project that they have to look and start to get tools, and I know they are not getting much now, but with support from individuals, I think they should channel their energy in getting tools, because the government will come and make promises. We know them. They are very good at making promises. You understand? But what kind of, anyway, let me eat my food.
The question, are these guys going to get, I mean, what are they going to really get? I mean, what's the end game here, right? Because they're working in Accra right now. And Accra is, relatively big. Can they really make a change?
I think they're just trying to make a little contribution, and so far they're just asking for volunteers, but they haven't really come out to say what the end goal or end result is. Is it to grow into a bigger group, or to find members, or to set up branches around the country? It's not really clear.
My only problem with this thing is, like I said, kudos, great job, more grease to their elbows, whatever it is they're doing. But the point is, doesn't such an act, right, negate or kind of like give the government an incentive to not do what they're supposed to do?
That's why I was asking the question.
Populists are kind of like getting up and doing things that the government is supposed to do.
That's
So
why I
what
was
incentive
asking
do
the
they have
question.
to do it themselves.
What does the Ministry of Sanitation, what actually do they do?
It doesn't look like they're just taking the people for a ride.
And the other side of it is, if you don't do it, they are not doing it anyways.
Yes.
The
Yeah, but
government is not
like
doing
you
it anyways.
said, these guys got invited by the Ministry of what? Energy or
Transport.
or sanitation. Who even cares? What did they really get out of that meeting?
It was just like a pass-through. It
Because
wasn't
for
like
me,
a
it's
serious
actually
meeting.
shameful. You're inviting them for what? This is what you're supposed to be out there doing. You're not supposed to be sitting in your air-conditioned office and whatever it is, dotting the I's and checking the T's. You're supposed to be out on the foot making sure these things are getting done because you're getting paid by the taxpayers' money. And the taxpayers themselves are out there doing the job that they're paying you the taxes for.
Right.
So we're encouraging them to be irresponsible. We're encouraging them to do what they're supposed to do. We have to hold them to task. We have to hold these guys to task.
I would like us to look at it from another aspect real quick. So the BUZ STOP Boys have come up because there's a huge sanitation problem. Let's look at the sanitation problem itself. We all have to accept the truth. Accra, or most parts of Accra, are really filthy. Why is it so filthy? Is it because nobody's in charge, or is
The
it
whole
because
country
of
is
the
filthy. It's not
attitude
just
of the
Accra.
people? Is it because the authorities have not put in place measures to collect
Neglect.
this filth?
It's total neglect. We have a poor maintenance culture, right? We do not maintain anything.
Right.
You can put Zoomline in charge. You can put Jesus Christ in charge. If he neglects it, or if there's a discrepancy between them and the government, that company and the government, right? The company is not going to be effective. Because that's what we always do here. Because I remember people always complain about even Zoomline was like they did not collect the trash on time, right? They did not show up on days they were supposed to show up, and then all these trash kept going into heaps. So it's just this, maintenance culture we don't have. It's like everything is being neglected, every single thing. From days of old, a lot of things in Nkrumah put in place. Where are they now? Apino, whatever, Commander Sugar Factory, they all disappeared. Why? Poor maintenance culture. We do not maintain anything.
And also,
And I think the citizens also play a part,
exactly.
a huge
How
part.
so?
Hold on.
I am holding on.
The ministry have, you just said it, they fail, right? Because what you need to do is there should be people on the street cleaning the street almost every day, paying them quite well. There should be, what do you call it, recycle or trash bins or whatever, trash cans on the streets of Accra, right? These things should be done by the ministry, right? They failed. But it doesn't give us, the citizens, the leeway and say, oh, they're supposed to do it and they've not done it. So if I'm holding a trash, I just put it on the street and
Well, where else are you going to put it? It's like the blind leading the blind. Where else are you going to put it? Think about it. If you go into the office in the morning, you buy a cup of coffee, where are you supposed to take it?
take it to your office.
No, but I don't want to take it. I don't want to hold a cup of coffee for 45 minutes and take it to my office.
I think
So you put it on the street.
Why not? If the government is not providing or facilitating how to...
No, that's why I said I said the government have failed you. But it doesn't mean that you should fail yourself.
it does not mean that in the literal sense.
You understand what I mean?
And I think that's where
It doesn't mean that in the literal sense, but in this case, like I said, think about it. Not everybody can carry trash. Think about being out there 8 hours a day. Are you going to carry all your trash? Because you
There's
hear now,
always
right?
no. What I mean
hear
is
now, right? There are a lot of provisions to kind of discard and dispose of stuff.
I disagree with you because yes, there's in Accra you find some places where there are a heap of trash. Yeah. So if you can't carry it that long, just find a place where maybe it might not be the perfect place, but it looks like so you can put it there.
Where are you gonna find that? If my office is in this direction, nobody's gonna go to that direction.
Definitely
to throw
in that.
trash.
Okay, so in your office you don't have trash cans.
Yeah, but that's what I keep saying. You might have a trash can in your office, right? But how are you gonna, like I said, carry the all day long? You have a meeting. You're probably not going directly to the office, right? You're meeting up with somebody. I'm not saying it's right to throw out litter or litter tree, but the point
So what
is
are you
that-
saying?
What I'm saying is that it's almost impossible to say people should not litter when there are no measures in place trying to deter that.
exactly that's where I was going to come to. I think that
It's almost impossible. I'm
that-
not saying it's but almost impossible.
yeah, I think the main
I
problem for
disagree,
me,
but
for me, I think
continue.
the main problem is lack of policy, and policy here means on the part of government, enforcement of policy against the citizens who mistreat the environment. Policy in terms of those who are in charge. If they don't do their job, what happens?
But
so
the
there are
policies itself, like I said, you cannot implement policies when there are no real solutions put in place. You cannot say, if you let, I'm going to charge you 500 cities for littering when there are no trash cans.
that's exactly what
No,
I'm saying.
but-
So
but-
when I say policy, that's what I mean. A policy to say that there must be trash cans every 500 meters. A policy to say when,
Yeah, but who is the policy
No,
for?
but that is
no, that's why I say policy in all aspects. So from the government sector, there should be a policy that says that every 500 meters
there should be. That's my
when
point.
that is fulfilled for the citizens, because there's a policy for trash bins. If you put trash on the ground,
But, El,
you have to be punished for it.
listen.
Those who are supposed to collect it, if you don't collect it, there's a
In my
policy that
submission,
says,
I listed that the
Yeah.
government should be able to do all this. You understand? They should all put all these things in place. Even if they clean here,
B leads to C.
listen, they can clean once. How many times do you see people cleaning the street every day in front of your home? The same people every single day or every hour,
I
right?
feel like the bigger
But-
picture is eluding us. The point is, if a system is broken, there's
No,
nothing
the system,
that's going to work.
That's why I stated earlier, the system is already broken.
No country runs on individuals walking about and instructing people.
Exactly.
Every government agency or institution should have a modus operandi, which is the policy. You work at waterworks. When you go to work, this is your work. You must do it to ensure there's power supply. The person who is cleaning comes to work. There's already availability of water, so they have no excuse not to work. After the person has worked, the supervisor who is supposed to mark at the end of the day to say that this employee did their job with regards to cleaning, he does his job and he marks. And at that moment, the person who is paying them goes through all the reports to see if everybody has done their job before they pay them. So what I'm saying is, these policies act as checks and balances. If one fails, the whole system fails. But if you have a policy or a system where everybody is bound by law to accomplish something at the end of the day, then there's that continuum. When one link is broken, then the rest is all
So
broken.
my question is that we all agree the system has failed, but should that be a reason why we throw things on the street anyhow? You take your rubbish or whatever from your home and then you dump it in front of somebody's home?
I think with that one, yes, that's true. I think that one also comes with a lack of education, because I can bet you that there are some people who don't know the consequences, the negative consequences of dumping things anyhow. Because if you have a very educated society, no matter how difficult things are, people will not go to that extent of. But if you look at the rate of illiteracy in Ghana, it's so high that I bet you there are people who don't even know that throwing this thing here over time can cause diseases. There are people who don't even know. So yes, that one has its own reasons why it happens, but I am also tempted to believe that one factor that contributes to that is also lack of education. People don't
Two
really
things.
know.
One, the likelihood of you growing up to be a drunk, if you grew up seeing your dad drunk all the time, what do you think that percentage is?
2%.
I think it's probably 90. You meant 2% off, but I think it's 92%. 98%.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to look like the way my father looks like.
No, but that's what I'm. But you haven't seen any other alternative. That's the problem. This is why people who travel overseas, when they come back home, they cannot stop nagging, or they cannot stop ranting, because they've seen what another
Beautiful
side of
thing.
life.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. So this is the thing. If our leaders are not really kind of like demonstrating any good leadership, how do the citizens change their attitudes? How do their mindsets change? When they hear this ministry, like 250 million gone lost or gone missing, it's like the whole country's corrupt. So naturally, kind of it wraps up on people. That's what this is saying. It's like leadership by example.
Right.
Just like if you're a dad of a home, like your kids will copy your trait, whether you like it or not. Whatever you do wraps up on them.
Yeah.
Secondly, like you said about what you mentioned, what do you talk about?
Policies?
Yeah, policies, right? My thing is, are we really gonna sit here and be like, Ghana doesn't have those kind of policies.
No, we're not saying we don't have them. We're saying that
we
the policy,
agree. We have the
policy
policies,
also includes
but it's not
enforcement.
being implemented.
But that's
You
what I'm saying.
implement the
So
policy,
at the end of the
you
day,
operate it, you evaluate it,
Exactly.
and you punish for the consequence. It's all part of the
but
policy.
that's what I'm saying. So when
But
you
we
say,
don't-
does this give incentives to the locals, to the citizens to go out there and throw trash?
Just because the policies are not being implemented.
Yeah, but
That's
you
my
do not
question.
do it consciously. Just like you talked about illiteracy, right? They don't do it consciously. I think you've heard about this test being done about putting I'm not sure if it's bees or fly being put in like a bottle jar.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly,
After
right?
some time,
After
yeah.
some time, you open it, what do they do? They get scared of flying out
Yeah.
because they're scared of hitting the lid over and over again.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. You throw trash and then it's, at some point you become immune to it. It becomes normal. It's part of it.
and
You
yeah.
don't see any other alternative. So why
Yeah.
would you think there's a better? Why should not? I'm already seeing this heap right here. Why should I walk 2 more kilometers to throw my trash?
You see,
I'll just add on.
That's
just gonna add
That's
on.
also where our mode of development also comes in. We like to operate everything close to. We like to operate everything close to dense places. Like if you look at China, for instance, it's very hard to find a single shopping area where it's like so
Let me take a
dense
list.
and convoluted with so many businesses in one. Look at Makola, for example. No matter which, you're just going to have filth there because you have over 1 million people congregating in that place in a day. People selling on the streets and all that. And you have a place like Odona where you have people living along the lake and you haven't provided any maybe facilities for them to dump their trash or sewage or whatever. Obviously, it's going to end up. So even the problem is big. So if you don't have even your mode of development properly, where you situate living places, separate living places from these natural places or whatever, you're going to have people dumping.
So
for sure.
I have another question. Yeah, I kept thinking, why have we not ventured into recycling?
Who? Who's going to venture into recycling?
As in the government.
I mean, you cannot provide trash bins for people to put trash in there. How do you
get
even
to the
how do you even
trash
get to that
there?
point?
Yeah,
hold on. I asked the question, so let me talk.
But you asked the question you wanted to.
No, how much does it take? No, I'm adding up.
Yeah.
How much does it take to create or to get trash cans? How much?
In an ideal society, I don't
Yeah.
think it's that much. It's all about, like you said, good leadership, a leader with a vision.
Yeah.
The point is that, I mean, like, let's not,
Yeah.
derail from the fact the BUZ STOP Boys are doing a good
yeah.
job. But it's not gonna make a dent. I mean, it's admirable. You can say they're doing something great, but it's not gonna go that far.
Yeah.
So, think about this, right? Out here in China, conscientizing. When they started kind of like promoting all these, recycling, like sorting out the
yeah,
trash,
sorting out.
what happened? They made provisions with the bins. What did they do? They labeled them clearly.
Yeah.
This is a scenario where you do not have any excuse. You can't say, "Oh, I did not know this was the wet trash," and this was. And do you know how much they put into promotion? Everywhere
They
you
went through the
They were
kidneys.
volunteers
Yeah.
going into schools, educating the kids.
Yeah.
They brought the miniature,
Yeah.
the trash bins,
The
right?
samples,
Taught
yeah.
them everything.
Yeah.
Secondly, when you even go to the trash site,
Yeah.
there's this megaphone, right?
Yeah.
Repeating
The message, yeah.
the message where to put what in. This is what we
There are
call
cameras, add the
leadership.
cameras.
And there were cameras there. I had a
Yeah.
friend here, Mary,
Yeah.
Mary, right? The same thing.
Yeah.
She put her trash in the wrong bin.
Yeah, they'll come and look
She
for
got a
you.
knock on her door.
Yeah, you
And
pay.
it wasn't like, anything punishable. It was like just to educate you that next
Yeah.
time be more cautious.
No,
you know?
this one, my friend went and paid. I took her there.
Yeah, I
She
think
speaks
during
Chinese.
the promotion, the conscientizing
Yeah.
period, they were not really punishing.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's like, okay, now you know the right thing,
Yeah.
you're not doing it. So that's what I'm saying. This is visionary. This is like, conscientizing people, and then you have absolutely no excuse to say, I did not know.
Yeah.
We did not have the trash can. The trash was not picked up. There is no excuse. This is when the law kicks in, us in criminalize certain things, okay, it's justified. I feel like we always give these, I said, like, I'm going to use the word admirable
Yeah.
situations where, like, the BUZ STOP Boys, they're doing a great job, but they're going to be, the citizenry, they're such like a great community, they put all their trash, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of it, let's be realistic. If you keep doing that, are you really enabling the government? Are you complicit in them being responsible?
That's a very brilliant question.
Yeah, to do what they're supposed to do.
But the other aspect too is already they are not doing it.
They are not doing
if you
it.
sit down, you
So
just
if they're not
say,
doing it as a patriotic citizen, what are you supposed to do if your government is not doing what they're supposed to do? That's the question we should be looking
And
at.
that's what the BUZ
See-
Stop
see,
Boys are
Should
doing.
we wait for 4 years to kick them out?
No,
Should
no.
we protest? Should we go
Protest,
through the
yes.
route of civil disobedience?
Protest, no, just the protest, and then like the BUZ Stop Boys are doing, I think they've been able to mobilize themselves to do it. The
They
question
have
is,
to do it willing. I mean, think about it. Rwanda, I'm not going to say neighbors,
Yeah.
but like neighbors with neighbors, right?
yeah,
What does Paul Kagame do every Saturday or every other Saturday of the month? He it's a policy now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has to get out of their homes. It's like a
Every
cleaning
weekend,
day.
yeah.
I forgot really the actual day. I mean,
Yeah.
I stand corrected. But every other Saturday or whatever in the month, it's a thing. And people
I
come
think
out
we-
do
they
it,
start-
and
they
people
started that
support
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Why? Because they can see their streets are cleaner because of that.
Yeah.
And think about it. I'm paying my taxes. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm
You
going
pay
to
your
work.
taxes. Have you ever paid
Yeah, we
your
do.
taxes?
I have a company in Ghana. I do pay taxes.
Okay.
And do you know what I mean? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm paying tax, and you're being paid with those taxes, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So after paying the tax, I'm supposed to come do what you're supposed to do for you.
And that is what the BUZ
And I
Stop
keep
Boys
paying you
are
my
doing.
taxes.
well, even if you say for us, for you, that's not because where the leaders live.
And why are you
they
pointing me? I'm not the minister.
They don't have those
I think you're
problems.
son of one of the ministers.
Because think of it, if you're a leader in Ghana,
Yeah.
your office doesn't have trash at the door.
Yeah.
The sort of friends you visit, they live in posh areas. Your own house is located in a place where the trash is picked every morning, so they don't feel
Your
what the
favorite
average.
word. They are so detached from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but why is that? Because
But
once they
don't
come
they
into
drive?
power, right, they
But-
get into these like elitist, like,
Groups and
communities
yeah.
and everything. Why don't they live with the average Joe? Why don't they live in Alajo, Nima? Why don't these guys
Yeah.
live there? If you go to Europe, that's what the leaders do.
Yeah.
They take subways, they take trains, they ride bicycles, just like the
Yeah.
ordinary guy.
Yeah.
So they can feel what people feel. They
Yeah.
interact with their community.
The only time they do that is election time, and then they go washing people's plates and
Or people's
pans and
underwear,
eating,
right? Washing underwear, so-
eating Akufo-Addo, your best friend.
Calipo.
Drinking Calipo and listen.
All right, guys. I mean, it's gonna be
just
too long. Make I just wrap up. So yeah, BUZ Stop Boys, we are encouraging you to keep doing what you're doing. You're at least contributing your quota.
Stop doing it.
No, I don't think.
I don't think they have
I
to
mean,
stop.
Everybody,
Stop doing it. Just
and there are
they-
different
no,
ways
they-
people
no,
contribute to national development. we can't just say they should
if-
stop it.
I have one
I
advice.
don't
I understand what you mean,
That's
but
my
No,
Ghanaian
I
right
have
to
one
say they can
advice.
stop it.
My advice is they shouldn't stop, but they should look at creating a whole business out of this.
They are
it's not-
they're
it's not
really
easy.
too small. They're very
Yeah,
very. It
it's
just
not-
started
No,
by an
They
individual.
just started, so
Yeah.
it's a plan. It
think
works
that would be
step
the
by
end
step.
goal,
Yes,
though.
that should be the end goal.
So anyway, leave your comments in the comment section, and let's all see how we can contribute ideas to make our mother
BUZ Stop
Ghana
Boys.
clean.
Yeah, they are doing a
Yeah,
good
we
job.
don't like an exponential success, like an incremental growth.
Yeah, I think
but
they're
the
gonna
main thing is,
evolve into a person-
I just
like a
hope that
private
somebody
business.
backs them up, that they become like a privately owned entity,
Yeah.
and they keep doing what they're doing. They charge fees for doing it.
Because
That would make
obviously
more
they are
sense.
jobless, right? So I
But
think
that's what I'm
at the end
saying.
of the day, they will want to
Yeah.
turn it into a big private business.
Yeah, they should.
Anyway, leave your contributions in the comment section. It's just appalling that even our capital city is so filthy. Let's all see how we can contribute to make it cleaner for all of us. So from us here, Dealers Wave, from our new and different
Location.
location and backdrop. See you next time. Peace out.